Hi everyone, welcome back to Swans Cast. And finally, get to talk about another win. Been a long time coming, it seems. 4 losses in a row, but come back with a bounce. And it's actually the first time in the league the Swans have won by a margin of 3 goals. Not the first time they scored 3. I think they won 3-1 against Rotherham earlier in the season. Well, January, I believe. But 3-0 this time, so come back with a bang if you like. Is it too late? Well, that's a different question, or maybe we'll discuss a little bit later on in regards to maybe second place. But in terms of securing our playoffs, I guess it's a start. It's what they needed to do. It takes a little bit of pressure off, especially after the other results that happened yesterday. I didn't, unfortunately, get to watch the game, so I've got Lee with me who did watch all of the game. So, I obviously looked into it a bit, seen the highlights. I looked at the team, looked at how they, the stats and stuff. So I'm going to use Lee to explain to everyone what happened, to give us some insight, and we'll discuss then some of the changes and stuff like that resulted in a win after 4 losses. So, how are you feeling after the game then, Lee?
Buzzing. I don't know. I don't know about anyone else, but when the Swans win like that comfortably and play well, I watched the game about 15 times over the weekend, like the highlights and everything.
Do
And
you
if
do
they
anything else then if you're watching it 15
no,
times?
no, and if they lose, I'll just like switch football off for the weekend and just sulk. But when they play like that and play well, I just can't stop watching. I watched it again twice this morning. The
Did you
highlights, yeah.
obviously the Grand National was yesterday as well. Did you get a win in that?
Oh no, well, my horse placed finally. I had a bit of a winner, but no, my horse finished third. I had what was it?
What do you make, like 20p or something?
No, I put a fiver on, so about like 8 quid, and it wasn't that much. I can't think what it was. I can't remember the name now.
I'm
Second
not sure
something.
who finished third, but I did pick the winner. But I only put a
Manila
pound
Times.
each way. I should have just chucked all my money on win. Would have been a decent
No.
pick up there. But whatever, 15 quid back from a quid each way is not too bad. Anyway, obviously that's
That's good.
just, well, that's the Grand National yesterday. But back to the football. So 2 winners for me, if you like, because Swans made it a good day as well. 3-0 then. So how did the match start off? Obviously, let's talk about the changes to the team first. So I saw the lineup obviously come through to my phone. With I don't know if anyone had difficulty this time because obviously no social media posting, which back
Yeah,
kind of
fair.
like back to the way maybe it used to be, in it with
I was going to say on that though, like I think it's great that they did that, and some clubs followed.
yeah.
Like fair play to them. It was a good shout to do
Yeah,
it.
definitely. You're not criticizing the fact that they did it at all, but it's just a bit weird, wasn't it? That it was just couldn't see
Yeah,
the Swans tweet the team.
you realise how much you rely on it because I was like 2 o'clock. Well, and it was an early kickoff, but I think like 2 o'clock on a Saturday normally. You're just waiting for the social media
Yeah,
posts to come through to see the team.
waiting for someone to put the picture graphic in your
Yeah,
WhatsApp group, and it obviously
yeah,
wasn't there this time. So but yeah, good message. Obviously, we joined in as well. We
yeah.
won't be tweeting until I think it's 5 o'clock Thursday, or posting anything other than the YouTube stuff. Just as a sort of like show the support for the movement. How much of a difference it will make, only time will ultimately tell, because that's down to the social media companies really to take it on board and sort of pay attention to the message. But otherwise, it's good to see other aspects of football and other areas of football getting involved as well. Hopefully more will follow. So anyway, back to the team. So he kind of stuck with the same, but changed at the same time as the last game. So starting at the back, Kyle Norton and Ryan Bennett coming in. He dropped Connor Roberts. That's
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it, but we did ask for it. We did say maybe it needs to happen, but Bennett coming in, I think is fair enough. Cabango, didn't think he had a bad game, did he, in the last one necessarily? But Bennett is the experience there is always a good one to bring in. Geehees tend to be like a mainstay now. Manning kept
Yeah,
his place as well, ahead of
yeah.
Bidwell.
I was surprised
Perhaps
at that actually.
perhaps signalling Cooper's more like he knows he wants to be more attacking. We need to get goals, so he's kept Manning in the team. Okay, so going to the midfield then. So we got Horahan, Grimes, and Felton. No changes there. You said to me in the group when the line, well, just for the match, you thought Horahan was playing as 10. Was that the case?
No, not really. It was still sort of that flat midfield three. I thought he would have done it. I thought that was the main change that he was going to do. It was going to be Fulton and Grimes, holding and Horahan slightly further forward, but people might see it differently, but I didn't think he was sort of playing that far advanced. He was sort of deep in the midfield.
So it's kind
of
like a 3 again. Maybe Grimes
yeah,
deeper.
it was just kind of like a flat 3 in midfield again.
Okay, well, I can't say it didn't work this time, but
No.
Reserve judgment maybe in future games. Jamal Lowe, Andre Ayew kept their place, but one change where Andre Ayew's moved out to the right wing instead of playing through the middle, something that we have again been asking for. And Wayne Routledge coming in for his first start of the season in the league to play in the central role. Was he playing as an out-and-out striker, or was he more of a false 9?
Yeah, he was a bit more of a false 9. He was just a bit of a focal point, and just say how he was class.
Yeah,
I know Lowe scored 2 and got man of the match, but Routledge was outstanding.
I did hear from other people that Routledge had a really good game. So let's get into the game. How did it start? I heard the beginning of the match, maybe Millwall looked a little bit of the better team.
Yeah, it was a bit of a worry, to be honest, because they nearly scored after 2 minutes. They had a shot, it deflected, and it could have gone anywhere, and it literally just went past the post, so we could have been 1 down after 2 minutes. But I guess you'd expect a bit of pressure for them at home. 3 games they'd won in a row, wouldn't they? And they sort of piled the pressure on at the start, and then they had another half chance from a corner. The header sort of just went wide, but and then after that we sort of grew into the game, and I think the first half was quite even. And yeah, it was they did play well, Millwall. Actually, it was a bit of a tough first half.
Yeah.
But I lost my
we
words.
Ended the first half with a goal.
Yeah.
Andre Ayew scoring literally on a stroke of half time, which that goal could be, especially the time that it's come. That could be vital. Yeah. Looking at the momentum graph, though, obviously I've not watched the game. We use SofaScore for anyone that's interested in having a look at what we're using to analyse the game. They have a momentum graph that kind of shows which teams in the ascendancy with the territory, the possession, that sort of stuff, and making the attacks. Millwall probably had the better first quarter of the game, first half of the first half. After that, though, the entire bar is in Swansea's favour for the entire second half of the first half.
Yeah.
So it kind of took control, would you say? Is that fair? That's what it looks like
fair.
to me.
Yeah, they sort of got their foot on the ball and they did take control then.
So
and
maybe,
a couple of sort of half chances.
Maybe that highlights the importance of scoring then before half time if we had that control to sort of assert our authority on the match. So do you want to talk us through Andre Ayew's goal?
Yeah, what was it? Literally 5 seconds before the end of the game. Routledge again. If you watch the build-up again, Routledge is key in that. They feed the ball into him, and he's got 3 defenders on him, and he gets clear. And Horahan actually saying he wasn't playing in the cam role, sort of goes beyond Routledge as he comes deep, and then and you could literally that goal highlights the importance of Ayew being on the wing, because Routledge and Horahan are in the middle, and you can see the defenders are attracted to them, and you can just see Ayew just drifting out wide, and nobody is following him. So he's sort of got a bit of freedom where he can come in, and you just see him drifting out wide and nobody is following him. And then, like we said in the last video, he loves coming in on his left foot. And
he can do it better from out wide, though, can he? Because naturally you can cut in. Whereas when he's playing the striker role and then he goes wide to cut in, there's no one in the middle then. So it kind
seemed way more. I don't know if it was just you seemed way more involved in the game, and that goal highlighted it because he was just drifting out wide or coming in, and you could see they didn't really know where to follow him.
Yeah. I mean, they probably been training to follow him through the middle. So, as we said, it was going to cause confusion with the defence not necessarily knowing, okay, well, hang on, he's not in the middle. We've got Routledge in the middle, so I've got to actually mark him, not who I've been preparing to mark. And then the left back's like, hang on, I wasn't expecting to mark Routledge. Not Routledge, Ayew? We're supposed to be doubling up on him, so who's going to come and give me a hand? Is it going to be the other centre back, which causes a bit of a gap, or is it going to be the winger drops back, but then if they don't, that's a problem? So it just asks questions, doesn't it?
Well, we said this literally what we said in the last video is that if he could just move him out wide, just to have something different, just to attract defence elsewhere, and you could see it in that exact move that they didn't know what to do as he was drifting out wide, and it was funny because everybody who watches Ayew knows he's going to cut in on his left foot all the time.
Yeah.
And I know the commentary was saying I can't believe they've let him do that. He's going in on his left foot. But
sometimes you can't stop it, Ayew.
I think it just highlights how good he is because you know what he's going to do. You still can't stop it.
I mean, if it was as simple as that, then why doesn't Why do
Yeah.
people never stop like some of the world class players doing the same thing all the time?
On that as well, it was fun. Did you see William Hill's tweet? It was like, "Are you celebrating on his own?" And it said like, "Are you with all the players in the championship that are better than him?"
Ooh, big call that is from William Hill.
It's a massive goal.
That's and they're not Swans fans either. So I don't think so. But yeah, we'll take that though. I would have retweeted it, but we can't. So no, I didn't see it, to be fair. Anyway, going back to that goal I did see on the highlights. I thought it was quite funny. So obviously, are you drifting in, and when they did try and recover, the reason he was able to cut in so well, which obviously going back to what you said, the commentary saying why did they let him do it? They're sort of running back and aid to cover across.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is change direction. You step in. So as they're covering, they're losing their momentum now to try and swap direction. But it's harder to swap direction when you run in the opposite way. Ayu just needs to sort of drop his shoulder, cut in, and he's got the space. So it worked. Definitely worked. Anyway, start of the second half. Is this when, looking at the momentum graph, the start of the second half is heavily Millwall, only for about 5 minutes. But is that where they hit the post?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so I was trying to think. They sort of dinked under the back post, and the defender's coming in, and he heads it against the post. But
yeah, it looks like quite a slow header, but it kind of like at the same time as being quite slow, it's like out of the way of everyone. No one can quite get there, so you're kind of hoping for the best.
Yeah, it was a bit of a dodgy one. And again, you sort of ride your luck a bit with the deflection at the start of the game and the start of the second half, but after that, we were just in total control for the rest of the game.
Yeah, but when it comes to riding your luck, do you know what I mean? Like we hit the post against Cardiff. We've lost 2 games in the 90th minute, like 1-0. There's 2 penalties in one of them, the Birmingham game. So we've had a bit of a bad run of luck. Like people like to quote out penalties a couple of weeks ago, which still 5 penalties for the year. Like, do you know what I mean? It's quite exaggerated. The amount people still talk about Swansea being cheaters, which people are still saying now. There's far more worse decisions I've seen since then for other teams.
Yeah.
But apparently we've got that label now. But we definitely have had a run of bad luck in recent weeks. So it's nice to have that. Sometimes you just need that one moment, isn't it? That's going to change things.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Our second goal then, I went on my break in work and I saw about 20-minute period where I caught the second goal and the last goal. So Routledge, I think it's Felton maybe wins the ball in midfield.
Yeah,
and,
he does.
It just sort of, could say a bit of luck, but Felton makes the tackle and Routledge is the guy ahead of him that it falls to in quite a lot of space actually. He just sort of holds it up well, makes a turn on the ball and drags the centre-back to him just in enough time to play the ball round the corner to Jamal Lowe who's running through. And to be fair to Jamal Lowe as well, he's not clean through. He's got the defender next to him and he's got to win the foot race and take himself wide to the right of the goal. And then it's a good finish, to be fair. The keeper's just standing still. Puts it into the right-hand side of the goal. Nice to see him having his shooting boots on.
Oh, I'm so glad he scored because he missed a decent chance in the first half, and I was just thinking he so needs a goal. You could see he was shot of confidence, and you could see with the third goal, like as soon as that second goal went in, he was a different player. He just runs on confidence, and that was a great, like Routledge again though. Again, I got to go back to him because he's class. That ball through, and that's exactly how it's going to work. Routledge comes deep. Attracting defenders, and Ayu and Lowe are just running behind him, so they're essentially like a front two when Routledge just got the ball. I loved the movement of it yesterday.
Inside forwards, I guess, and they coming in from the wing. So
brilliant,
but it was a very good goal. But then the third goal was a great team goal as well. I can't remember all the players involved. I believe Connor Roberts was pirouetting in the middle, played it out wide. Was it Andre Ayew that switched to play? Then across
it was Grimes. I think I've watched this goal about 100 times because I think I go back to everybody sort of plays the Selena goal against Man City and that was class. But everybody plays the one against Ipswich as well, don't they? The Selena goal where we sort of pass it from our own corner and he goes through and scores, and that's class. And I'm saying, that's like prime Portable. That one was better than the Ipswich goal, I'd say. Grimes wins it at the edge of the box, and I think there was about 18, 19 passes up to the end when Lowe scores.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And I didn't really switch on to it at the time, but when I watched it back, I was thinking, how long does this move go on for? And I think like Grimes, it all sort of sticks on the right hand side. Grimes plays it wide to Connor Roberts, and between Roberts, Ayew, Horahan, Fulton as well, and Grimes again, they all just sort of passing it around nice there in triangles, and then somehow Ayew ends up on the left, like we said about the free move.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So Roberts plays it out to Ayew on the left, doesn't he?
No, I think it's.
I'm sure it's Roberts that plays, or maybe one of them. Regardless who it is, Ayew puts the ball in after that, doesn't he? And well, Lowe, to be fair, you can explain his finish, but I thought it was quite good.
Well, it was an incredible finish. Just like, again, you say about a confidence player, just to be able to have the composure to drag it back there, just to take that extra yard away from the defender. Like, I think like an out of form Lowe, maybe like 2 weeks ago, just tries to smash it and it gets blocked. But after he scored that goal, he takes that lovely touch to give him the extra yard and then smash it in the top corner.
Yeah, so essentially Ayew from the left plays it into the box. It finds Jamal Lowe, but he's kind of like marked. I want to say he wasn't facing the goal, was he? So he kind of like does a little pirouette thing, drags the ball back, gives himself a bit of space from the defender, and just smashes it in the like bottom right, was it, or top right even? Top right of the goal. Just a really good finish, really good build up. And one point I didn't mention before this was he actually subbed Connor Roberts up, which we mentioned because he was dropped for Wayne Routledge. So he was on the wing, was he, Roberts, at this point? So playing as striker? I don't really. Where was he playing?
I think he sort of played him as a. I think he sort of went to a back five. I think, did he?
I'm not sure.
Or did he play him on the wing? Actually, I don't know.
He was forward in an attack, so you'd maybe argue he was pushed.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Actually, I didn't really notice because he made that sub after the second goal. He took Routledge off, didn't he? And then let's have a look at that.
Maybe they went more defensive in it, or like with the opportunity to do both if they needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's maybe worth looking at. I didn't see, so I'm not sure. I didn't even realise when I was watching that at the time that Roberts was subbed for Routledge. But so that's decent as well. I also noticed as well, Wayne Routledge wasn't credited with the assist for the second goal on Jamal Lowe. I think it's robbery. I know it clipped the defender as he played the ball through, but the ball was going through anyway. I think that's robbery.
It is. I think it's because he takes quite a few touches as well, doesn't he? Afterwards, Lowe.
I thought that still, if you're the one that played the ball to him, then it's an assist.
Oh, I'm not sure. I thought it was like so many touches
at the end of the day, like he's played the ball into space that's allowed him the opportunity. So as far as I'm concerned, he's assisted that goal.
Oh, definitely. It was a great ball as well.
Yeah. Okay, so decent win, 3-0. I don't think Millwall really offered much after that. They're 3-0 down. The game's pretty much over. Nice emphatic win to end our 4-game losing streak, and we really needed it as well. So highlights for you in terms of player performances?
Oh, yeah, there's a few. Ayew obviously, and Lowe and Routledge, the entire front three were class. I just having Lowe and Ayew just seemed to have a bit more freedom with Routledge in there. He seemed to free them up. Grimes again and Fulton and Horahan, they were all neat and tidy in the middle. But I think importantly again, Bennett coming back in, I just think what he brings to that team in terms of experience and composure.
He had a couple of quiet games, didn't he? But maybe having that one out again, he's come back now, ready for the run-in.
And Kyle Norton are right back as well. I think those two in the midfield. I know Guehi is good, but I did think he looked a bit shaky in the back four against Preston. And I know him and Cabango are young, aren't they? But I think either of them having Bennett next to them is a massive plus.
It would have been the same as having Van der Horn next to him, I guess.
Yeah. Whereas, it was the same as that, and Norton right back as well was class. Wait, it's a good question to have. If we play a back four, could you just play Norton at right back and maybe just push Connor Roberts up into the wing?
Roberts is a wing option, depending on what you want to do, maybe, yeah. But then
it's a good question because
Carl drops out to put Roberts on the wing if you got Ayew and Lowe there.
We don't know. See with Routledge, how many games he can play? Maybe he can't play another night.
But then do you want to put Ayew back in the middle? That's what I mean.
No,
that's it's difficult, isn't it? Whittaker, I would say rather, but Also, Cooper made a couple of subs, which Ollie Cooper actually made his first appearance, even if it was for like a minute.
That was annoying though, because the third goal goes in like 85th minute. Bring him on then. Give him 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't bring him on 91st minute
So
or
he subbed off
92nd minute.
Jamal Lowe and Andre Ayew for Ollie Cooper and Morgan Whittaker in like the 92nd minute. I guess he's just wasted time at that point, but
Yeah.
in terms of Ollie Cooper coming on, I just feel like that's his first game in the league. It's not really anything to remember, is it? He probably didn't even touch the ball.
No, I think he could have. He should have brought him on as soon as the third goal went in. He should have brought him on. Straight away.
Next step, then I guess 5 minutes, but yeah, we'll see. I do want to see more of him. It's tricky now, isn't it? Because we're actually we're not on the beach really, so it's hard to
Well, we'll talk about. We'll probably talk about like more of the running and what this means for where we're going to finish. But I think if we're saying top 2 is gone, if we can secure the playoffs early, then we may have a couple of 2 or 3 games. Well, hopefully 2 or 3 games at the end of the season where we can give some people some game time.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? The highlights about the game or anything you want to mention that we haven't talked about so far?
Woodman made a really good save as well. I think we should mention he made a really good save in the second half from Zaho, I think it was.
I forgot Zaho was there.
Yeah, I did as well. Did he come off the bench? But Woodman made a cracking save. Another clean sheet for him. Just so pleased with that. And we said in the last video, he may just have to tweak that formation and find something, and it'll work.
Yeah.
And I think having Routledge in the middle there works so well.
On the wing, yeah. And we said as well, Roberts for Norton. Just saying.
Yeah.
We've got Cooper on speed dial. He just listens to when we need to change it. We just tell him what to do. Same as when we went Diamond. a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
He definitely listened yesterday because literally everything we said in the last video happened.
I think he's subscribed. I think.
Yeah, he's definitely watching.
If you're not subscribed, be like Steve Cooper and click that red button. But I saw Ryan Woods on the bench. He didn't come on, which I'm surprised. I thought he was like Gary Rowett's man.
Yeah.
Takes him everywhere with him.
I forgot he was at Millwall as well. I forgot he was there.
Remember we were meant to sign him?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. That was a disaster, wasn't
it? Looking at the SofaScore ratings then, so they obviously give Jamal Lowe the highest score. He did win man of the match, didn't he? So he had an 8.1. Andre Ayew had a 7.9, which I think, he had a goal as well, so it's obviously going to increase it well. Connor Horahan had a 7.9. So does he have a good game? A long time coming, maybe?
Yeah, he was good, yeah.
As opposed to the other 2 midfielders, I was just out, not bad, but just ticking along. And out of the defence, Ryan Bennett, 7.4, would be the highest, and Woodman, 7.5. So decent all around and well played. So
the only thing I wanted to say was I'd love to see him play that formation, or maybe push Horahan as a cam, or play. This might be in the last 5 minutes. Maybe bring Dander on and try a cam behind the 2.
Yeah,
or the 3 rather.
I mean, yeah, you got a 3-0 win, didn't you? But it's just when we're not winning, that's when you want to
Yeah, there was an incident in the first half where Lowe gets through, and Ayew and Lowe are. They've made the run into not Ayew and Lowe. Lowe gets through, and Ayew and Routledge had sort of made a run into the box, and Lowe cuts it back lovely, and it's just begging for a midfielder to come on and smash it from the edge of the box, but there's nobody there. So but again, you can't complain at all. I'm just thinking if some of the midfielders push, one of the midfielders pushes a bit further forward.
Yeah,
it's even more dangerous. But no, I can't complain. It's perfect yesterday.
But something that we've been asking for, isn't it? To have not a flat 3 as well. So maybe that's the next step, but we'll see. Okay, we'll end this video there. So cheers everyone for watching. We will do a quick pre-match on Sheffield Wednesday. Long time coming, that game. But yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.
See you soon.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, to click the like button to help us grow. To keep up to date with all of our new uploads, hit the subscribe button and push the bell to ensure you are notified of all of our new videos. As always, engage in the comments and let us know your opinions on what we discussed today. And if you want to support us directly, check out our new merch where you can find some awesome Swansea related t-shirts.